Hey gang, and welcome to the Green Mom podcast, where every week Arka and myself, Carleen, take down the wildest, weirdest, and most cringe-worthy things people do online. Which is why it only seemed fitting for our first episode that we do a deep dive into influencer fails. Because when certain creators forget to read the fine print or go too far with their clout chasing, things can get real messy real fast. And who better to help us spill the tea than our first guest, the one and only Kharina K.
Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of The Green Mom, otherwise a play on Makau Hijau. It's your girls Q&A, otherwise known as Carleen and Arka. So on episode 1, we have the lovely Kharina K. So I'm going to ask you, in Arka's words, the most hated interview question ever.
It is.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself before we
Oh,
start?
I really do hate this question. There's not much to say. I'm an open book, to be honest. I mean, everything's on either Instagram or wherever it is that you know me from, YouTube or whatever. But basically, my name's Karina. I do anything that has to do with entertainment. Let's just put it that way. I'm an entertainer. It could
We love
be
it.
anything, yeah. And that's my life. I'm an animal lover. I'm a singer, actress, dancer, model. Not actually dancer. In my head, I'm a dancer. But yeah, that's...
You do it all, don't you?
I do it all. That doesn't mean I'm good at it. I just do it. I do it all.
That's the awareness that we're looking for, because just be real.
Real.
Some people these days are not...
A
They-
bit too confident. A bit too confident.
in the wrong ways, yeah?
I know some.
We won't name any names, or we might.
But that's what
My-
but that's what we're hoping to find out more
That is
about
also true.
today.
also true.
So today's episode, since Karina's here, we're gonna go into the world of influencing, shall we say? But do you prefer the term influencer or content creator?
Yeah,
Because
Goddamn.
Some people hate, no, don't call me an influencer.
I hate both. I truly hate both. I had to get used to being called an influencer. That was like back in my time, because I'm old now. Back when like Instagram didn't have reels. There was no TikTok. There was no like, it was purely just
YouTube.
It was influencing, I guess, because you just
Yeah.
post a picture and you're like, buy this product. But at the same time, like now, you cannot be an influencer without being a content creator, and I hate that because girl, just tell me what to do and I'll do it. But I don't want to make up a storyline in my head. That's
Got
not my
you.
job, you know. And yeah, so I prefer influencer now, but back then I still used to hate that.
I get you. No, my
But
friends
for
my
lack
friends
of a
use it
better
to tease
term.
me. They're like, yeah, they'll see me do something like, yeah, that's something an influencer do. And I'm like, please shut up.
That's
like
a job, right?
I know, but like you don't have to like I don't know.
Rub
It still gives me the ick.
Okay, it gives me the ick, but then if I want to be an asshole, if it really gives me the ick, but I'm getting annoyed with the person, I'll just look at them and I'll be like, well, I get paid to post a picture and you don't.
And you don't.
So,
That's facts.
And then I just throw it back. and
That's
I'm like,
facts.
I took a picture and made this much money. And they're like, then they shut up. But then but I don't like using that because it's still like, still an annoying term.
Of course,
It's
of
of
course.
That's why.
Of course.
Hey, if you're gonna be a dick, I gotta be a dick back. That's all I'm saying.
But since we're on the topic of influencers, right? Like, being an influencer now is so much harder than it was back in the day. Like, there's
Yeah.
so much paperwork to do, especially with sponsors and contract and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to influencers forgetting to read the fine print, like, sponsored post disasters or not reading like the rules and regulations.
Oh
on
my
what
gosh.
counts for a sponsored post. Like, I've seen so many like European and UK influencers get cancelled over stuff like this.
Yes.
What do you see him get cancelled over?
For example,
Expired
That's a picture on the
products.
spot.
Expired products.
What do you mean?
not just expired products,
Like they're
but
promoting expired
they
products?
promote it, but they won't say it's an ad. They'll just put
Yeah.
like a little hashtag somewhere
Yeah.
and think that's enough. But like they'll bury it at the very bottom of a bunch of hashtags.
that it's expired.
Yeah.
no,
No.
that's an ad.
Oh,
I've seen like giveaways,
Okay.
and then
Oh,
if
for
their
like-
fans get it and they're like, oh, no wonder they were being so free with it, it's expired.
Oh, I have not. No, I have not.
I think in Malaysia is a bit more strict.
Yes,
Unlike
yes.
The West, where they go, hey, the stories are vile.
But the thing is, I don't understand how that's possible because they have so many more rules and regulations. Like in America, you can sue for anything.
Correct.
Anything like expired, sue. This, sue. My coffee's too hot, sue.
that was actually a thing.
Yeah, it
A
was.
lady sued
McDonald's.
Oh
for-
my gosh.
She won.
She did.
She won.
Because she
and
did like 4th-degree burns or
and
something.
yeah, and the thing is, it's a thing because the last time I went back to America, like it literally says caution hot or whatever the hell it says. And I'm like,
No, that
"We
reminds
not
me of
know that it was hot.
apparently it's not common knowledge.
Apparently,
I mean, it's America though. Like
That's
their
true.
education system is not all there.
That reminds me of that court case though. That guy who sued Red Bull, saying it didn't give him wings, and he won like 15 million.
I saw that. It was like the tagline is like to make you fly, or this said something like that. Yeah. And then he goes like, but I didn't.
See, people take things too literally.
But he won.
But how is my man at the court going, yep, I'm sold on that idea. You win the lawsuit. Like who?
I guess because I guess it was a loophole. It was a loophole.
That it's supposed to, like,
His lawyers though must have been on par with that
I'm just
shit.
saying, he must have paid so much money, and he was like, if you don't make me win, you're not getting
Because I
paid.
really checked out the terms and condition, which makes me wonder, right? For you, like, let's say you got a sponsored post, and like, how do you make sure you understand the terms and conditions? Because a lot of these like contracts from sponsors have so much lawyer jargon.
Oh my God.
Do you Google Translate it to understand it? Like, what's your take?
Sometimes.
Run it through AI.
Sometimes. Truly.
Actually,
Okay, so like, most of the times they're very simple, very standard.
Okay.
And then the most important things that you need to look for is like, how long is the period that they can use it for? What's this? What's that? And a lot of, obviously, especially in Malaysia, like payment terms, because a lot of companies, I know so many people, tiny things, like $300 there, like tiny amounts. And they're like, oh, you gotta wait, we don't have the funds.
6 months.
Yeah.
Paycheck to paycheck is hard. Try living invoice to invoice.
Correct.
You don't even know when you're gonna
I'm letting you know,
Months,
there
6 months.
are months that I've made like 5 figures, and then there are 3 months I've made 0. So, in case you think it's fun being an influencer, yes, I'm very good at making my life on Instagram look fun, but let me tell you, behind there, I'm like, so is the house getting repossessed this month or next? Literally, like, you just truly never ever know, because it's if someone wants your face, it's if someone wants your look, if someone's buying into your brand, like, not everyone's gonna like my face. Not everyone's gonna want the people that I'm curating.
Plus, you have to market yourself.
Yeah, you're selling yourself, basically.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to what you were saying, which is I just either I'll read through it myself. I read through so many nowadays that like most of the time, like I said, they are standard. But if I truly need help, then you just add document to ChatGPT. Please highlight to me any points I should be aware of. Boom. Life hacks.
Have you ever picked up on anything though? Like in that, or
Like a
maybe
red
just
flag.
reading through it.
Oh
yeah.
for sure. It'll be like if it could be something like where they try and put it back on you, and it's like if we don't like your content, this and that, and like you don't put it on time, and I'm like, okay, but you asked me to do it, you gave me free will, and then you say you don't like it, and then now it's my fault that I'm late, so I don't get paid.
Has anyone ever put a clause where like if it's not up to satisfaction, they won't pay you or something?
I'm sure there has been. Oh, there's been so many. I'm so sure there has been. There's not one that I can think of in my mind currently.
Okay.
But that's why I also like to work with brands that come to me directly, or like not like one of those like, that's why I don't like auditions so much, because like, not to say I'm lazy, it's true, but like at the same time, I prefer when someone knows you and then they know what to expect. Like have you seen Bretman Rock?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember there was one it was a long time ago now, there was a company that wasn't happy because he kept saying like, yes bitch, in the
But that's just who he is.
Yeah.
but that's my point. That's what he said to the company. You came to me knowing who I was, what kind of content I do, and then you're not happy with it. So it's your fault.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. Like,
Yeah.
you come to my page, if you didn't do your due diligence of looking at what kind of person I am, and then you expected me to be like, all like, hello, my name is
Polished and
yeah,
accomplished.
yeah. Like, by the way, it's me, Anne Hathaway, and I'm here presenting.
Balik lu.
You know, like, bro, like, that's not me. So,
So
yeah.
I feel like that should be on the brand. It shouldn't be up to you to navigate to like, cause kind of like
To a degree, like, you're not gonna go to Swarovski and then put it like, you know, go like really ratchet or something. But like, if it's a street brand, you kind of curate it. But then then it's up to you to decide what jobs you want to take and
Correct.
take that. You know, why not the deal?
Then
so let's say you got sponsored by
Yeah.
Swarovski and let's say Rip Curl or something,
Yeah.
and you have to curate 2 different content.
Yeah.
Won't that be a bit jarring for your viewers because they see your content isn't exactly consistent, or is there a way to get the best of both worlds?
I'm very unorthodox though. I like people not knowing what the next thing is.
Yeah.
So that's just
Yeah.
Yeah, like I post the most random shit, and sometimes too much so that like my sisters or my friends or whoever it is will be like, "Sure, you want to post that?" And I'm like,
that's
"Bro."
part of the fun.
Like, yeah, for me, I'm like, if you don't like me, for me, unfollow. Like, I really could not give a shit.
For real.
Like, yeah, if you don't like looking, I make you angry, we don't align in values, or
Correct.
ranting about something you don't agree about, there is a button there, And after you click it, you don't have to see me anymore. It's as simple as that. Stop coming at me, just unfollow me. But like I could do the Swarovski, I could do the rip curl. In fact, I think those are very on brand for both of my personalities. But if someone came to me with something like, this has happened in the past. I'll give you a real example.
Okay.
They come with body enhancers. Yes. Or my favorite one. Whitening or armpit whitening or face whitening. Bro, whitening. Bleaching, whitening. It's me. And they come and I don't believe in the product not only for myself, but I truly believe that like if everyone could eat these gummies or these pills or these supplements and get big boobs and a big butt and a flat stomach, we'd all be walking around looking like Kim Kardashian. So why are we not all Kim Kardashian? So they were willing to pay me. There was a company that was willing to pay me like 5 figures. And I said no. Now looking back, maybe should I have done it for the money? I don't know. Maybe in retrospect. But like I couldn't do it because I felt like I feel like these things are actually really, I'm not a healthy person, but I feel like these things are toxic. Like I feel like these are things that are probably in the long run going to give you cancer of some sort. I don't want to promote that. I promote vape and stuff, but I do it. Anything that I'm not willing to do myself, I'm not going to promote. I do vape. Do I think it's healthy? No. Am I encouraging you? Also no. But guess what? I do it. So I if someone's going to pay me to do it, I've got free shit in my pocket and I'm getting paid for something I already do. But I'm not saying you should do it. Disclaimer. I'm just saying that I would not promote something I would not do or take or consume myself.
Yeah.
That's my rule.
Okay.
But vape's unhealthy.
I mean, it's healthier than cigarettes.
Hey.
And also, it does not litter the world nearly as much. I'm just saying. I don't go to the club and smell like smoke after I vape. But...
I do though. You know why? Because everybody else is smoking.
No, yes.
Yeah.
But see, that's why I like clubs in like Australia and like New Zealand or even America and stuff. I went and it was the most weird experience because you cannot smoke cigs. You can only bring in vape. And so you go out of the club.
All clubs?
No,
Just the ones you've been to.
Most the ones I've been to, maybe. I can't speak for the entire country, but like for the ones that I've been to, no cigarettes are allowed, and it's only vapes. And I tell you what, when you come out and your hair is smelling
like
fine, you are like, this is amazing. Your clothes don't smell like you've been through like an incinerator. Like I won't lie, it's very good, and you don't have to worry about someone like burning you in a That's happened.
No, that is the dream, honestly, because every time I'm out, like after a night, and I'm like, it's 4 a.m. I want to sleep.
Smell like shit.
But I want to shower. I want to do a hair wash. I have time
yeah.
to let it dry. All these things running through my head. It's
Yeah,
that would be a genius.
I agree. I won't lie. I feel like we should do it. Should we do it?
Do it.
Like just open up a club here that allows.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I feel like there's a market for someone out there.
There
I'm
is.
so sure there are people like us.
You know what they should do? They should add like either vape counters or like ATM machines either close by or in the
You
clubs.
mean like a vending machine?
Yes, like
ATM? Wait.
no, not like ATM to take out money. I was in that line. Either money transaction or like a vending machine I think would be good as well. I don't see that. Like you have to and certain convenience stores don't sell it after 12 a.m. for whatever reason.
Yeah, I think that's the health ministry though. I think they're trying to curb people getting too
Okay, yeah, that's
addicted.
a different
We'll
discussion.
get a health professional here one day, but today is not that day. So moving on to influencers.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
talk about
God.
cloud chasing because one name that I think is synonymous with cloud chasing is James Charles. Like, have you heard of him?
I know of him. I don't watch too much of his stuff, but is he cloud chaser?
Oh, for sure.
He whenever you feel like I want to look at something that gives me the ick and that I can laugh at, that's when I go to James Charles.
Especially, he's gone from makeup artist, especially when he was at the peak, he's gone from makeup artist to like full-time influencer, and now he's trying to break into the pop star market.
Oh, I've seen the dancing. I've seen the dancing on TikTok.
I've seen his
Like
Dua
James-
Lipa and Ariana Grande covers.
I've seen some of this singing as well, but truly, I don't think he's actually trying to market himself as a singer, right? Like, truly, it's for the band.
fame.
But
I think he wants the fame.
It's hilarious that he sits there, records
that's
it,
true,
edits
that's
it,
true.
decides to put it out, and I'm like, your team tells you this is good enough to post, like brother man.
But his team is like, as long as it's relevant, we don't care lah.
But does he get the views?
Unfortunately,
But that's the point, right? Like,
the cringe
that's
brings
a problem.
in the cringe
problem
brings in the
is that-
numbers.
Yeah. Like, everyone's like, I hate this. Okay, then tell me why you've watched it 10 times.
So all
You
these
have a
girls
bit.
raise the question. He's saying like him cringing so bad. Who's at fault here? Is it him or his team?
Probably a little bit of both.
I think a little bit of
Probably a
both.
little bit of both.
I think a little bit of both. I think with every influencer or content creator you see that's like a bit questionable,
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both because it's them, number one, like wanting to do it or
Yeah.
being able to do it, availing themselves to do it.
Yeah.
And it's the second thing is their team that's marketing it and
Yeah.
pushing it out and,
And
being
allowing
like,
it to happen.
yeah, exactly.
I think there's also like from the influencer perspective, there's also like a side that like, I do actually like salute you for doing it because like some people care too much. I fall into the middle of that category, like where I don't care sometimes, I care sometimes, but I don't like doing cringy stuff. But sometimes I actually wish I could get out of that box and just do it because there has to be some level of I don't give a fuck. You know? And I sometimes have that level where I'm like, I'm not gonna go up to that person and do something weird or this or that. But like I know influencers, even in Malaysia, I won't name them, that are very fucking cringy. And I'm like, oh, I could never do that. But then I look at them and I'm like, but they're successful and they're succeeding because there's a market out there. It could be fucking Chinese aunties. It could be like anyone, but there's a market out there who are watching them and they're getting sponsorships and they're getting views. Because why? They realize like, if I just don't care and just do me, I'm getting money for it.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to the whole thing
Because-
of why do you care?
Yeah.
You know, like no one asked you to follow me. You don't have to like it. But hey, guess what? I'm making money off of it. It's like,
Also,
let's
they're
check it
doing
all
what
in
no
all.
one else is willing to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And someone
Correct.
else is willing to watch what you're not willing to do.
Correct.
You know, so it's like one of those things where like I struggle between like what the hell are you doing and also like
Maybe.
Yeah.
maybe I should catch on to that one.
Because I think then it comes down to actually why we watch certain things. It's either for relatability or there's no way in hell I'm ever gonna do
yeah, so you're like, let me see someone else's response
Yes,
to do it.
yes.
Yeah. It's like going up to people and tripping them or something. And you're like, I would
Yeah.
never do that, but I'd love to see if they punch
Yes,
you in the face.
yes.
Yeah, like something like that.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I think then it also comes down to you can see when it's genuinely them, like part of their personality. And you can see when it is put on, when it is
Okay, so this is what I don't like. I don't like because on TikTok and Reels and stuff, there's always these like pulling a prank or doing this. And half of them are not even real scenarios and they're like paid actors or unpaid actors.
Oh my gosh. The staging.
And then you the staging. That's the right word. And I don't like having to. There are some where you don't have to guess, but there are some where you're like, should I look at the comments and just see if this is real or not? Or like it could even be like a charitable thing, like handing out this to the homeless. Like, is it real or was it staged? Because there are some that I truly feel like I'm like, nah, that wouldn't happen in
I
real
saw a
life.
really horrible one recently of this like American influencer. She told this homeless lady like, I'll give you $20 to jump in the lake. She did that, and this homeless lady doesn't know how to swim. And this influencer, instead of like helping her out, ran away laughing. And I'm like,
Wait, but it's like that's
that's up.
was it staged?
but that's gotta be
It has
staged.
to be staged, no? Surely you could go to jail for that.
She ended up on the news. I feel like if it ends up on the news, that's gonna be kind of real.
Is this like an American thing? Like, is this what they do there?
American influencers, well, a certain group of them like to take advantage of the homeless, in my opinion.
No, I agree. I agree.
Have you seen it? Like in your trips?
There are times where I've actually there were times where I went to America and I wanted to do it myself. Like I remember changing and this was when I was
Wanted
really
to
young.
throw people who can't swim in the
No,
lake.
not that. I would never. I would never. I wanted to do a video on like giving money to the homeless, like not for any reason, but like the thing is, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. People that show that they're giving, they're like, you're only doing it for the views. But then people who don't show, they're like, well, you don't do anything good with your money. So it's like Taylor Swift donates so much money to things. Just she publicize it and be like, today I donated $1 million. But then other people are like, wow, so stingy. You could have helped out this person and that person. Like, you don't win in life. So I haven't seen it personally where people are taking advantage of them in person. But like, I try to help where I can. And if it's recorded, it's recorded. If it's not, it's not. And most of the time, because they are true interactions, it's not recorded, because the last thing you're thinking when you're having a conversation is, let me move on my camera. Like, you gotta actually go into it saying, okay, today I'm gonna go and find 10 homeless people. I'm gonna give them this and catch their reactions. And I think that you also need to maybe just like, I don't know if some people do this. I think some do. Like after the interaction, whether it's pre-recorded, maybe just say like, is it all right if I use this?
Yeah.
You know, like, because like I do feel like there is a form of shame that maybe they probably don't even have social media, but like just maybe ask. Like, is it all right if I use this for my video? I'm just showing that I'm giving back to the community. And if some of them say no, then you just got to take it and say, okay, because nobody wants to be known as homeless. You know, everyone's trying to be the best version of themselves.
Yeah.
So, and there's a lot of unfortunate circumstances where maybe they shouldn't have been homeless and they were kicked out, or this happened or that happened, you know? So it's like, as long as you get consent, as long as it's authentic, fucking go. Do it. Don't push people into a lake and then give them $20 and then run.
Yeah.
Or not give them the $20
Oh
because
my
it's still in the
lord.
lake.
Yes, actually, I never knew if she actually gave her the $20 or not. I should
Well,
check.
she ran away. Unless she threw it in the lake.
Oh,
She'd be
Oh
like,
lord.
Murder, that's messed up. That would be so messed up. But no, like, this kind of
yeah.
content, this kind of cloud chasing, do you think it actually builds like an authentic community? I think
Like their fan base,
yeah,
yeah.
it's like a good
What
fan
do you
base.
think? I don't know.
I mean, there definitely is a fan base, but I don't think it's actually genuine. Like, take for example, fashion, like Wisdom K. He has a genuine community of people who, fashion lovers or non-fashion lovers alike, just love his videos because they'll tell him like, hey, can you style all SpongeBob characters? And he'll be like, what the fuck? But he does it anyway, and people love it. People who love fashion, people love SpongeBob. So,
I wish I knew who she was talking to.
yeah, but you know SpongeBob is at least, okay, like, I have
Guys, I think this is why I said not content creator, like influencer. Peak it's gone. I have no idea half of the names she's telling me right now. Like, I know James Charles. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb.
You're just not cultured like
I'm just not cultured.
We were trying to look and we were like, let's just let her run
Oh,
with
wait,
it.
so
Like,
you didn't know either.
I was like, I feel like I know maybe who she's talking about, but I can't say
Then
for
she
sure.
started tangenting to SpongeBob, and I was like, who the hell is he?
I'll show you guys the video later. So.
Okay.
No, but I get where you were going. It's just,
Thank you.
it was hard to picture, and I was like,
keep going.
siapa ni?
Is this the designer who like does like a runway of random designs? Am I thinking of the
Similar to that.
Similar. I think similar to that.
Okay.
Oh
I'm
my
just picturing
gosh.
Emily in Paris. Did you guys watch the last one with the designer? Like,
the last one.
Oh.
do you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I think
Okay.
I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, my mom's really into Emily in Paris
No
for whatever
way.
reasons. 50-year-old woman sitting watching Lily
I
Collins.
feel like it's reminiscent of Sex in the City. What the vibes?
maybe.
No, it's not.
It's not. They gave that
I'm
vibe.
sorry because I'm a huge like SATC fan.
Okay.
I feel like it's maybe the halal
She had an
version.
abbreviation for it. That's how you knew it was real.
She-
She did that so fast.
Sorry.
Just went SATC. I was like, sex and this. Makes sense. Makes sense.
No, but I feel like that's the halal version of Sex and the City.
Halal. The
Yeah.
halal version.
Have you not seen Sex and the City?
I saw the one
mean, it's in the
with Anna Sophia Robb. Do you know that one?
Yeah, but
The one, and then with Austin Butler. I'm in love with Austin Butler. Not anymore, but used to be. After he did Elvis, I'm sorry, my brother, you went.
Yeah.
really?
Because he started embodying Elvis.
Yeah.
He couldn't lose the accent. Come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
You're telling me that
He's
in
like,
every
"Hello,
interview?
ladies."
Yeah, he's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, bro, you do not speak like that. Like, you were so hot, and now, turn off. I'm out the door.
I was excited though to see him with dark hair. And then once he started, like you said, embodying it, I was a bit like,
But I didn't like the movie either. My sister's watched it 10 fucking times, and she's like, best movie ever. I thought it was shit. No offense.
not the best movie ever, but it wasn't.
I
Musician biopics are often hit or miss.
I felt like I wasted 3 hours. I sat there and I was like, it's ending. It's ending now. So what?
Yeah.
Like,
I get you. There was a season where it was just Elvis as well. Do you remember after that they got like Jacob Elordi or somebody for the Priscilla movie or something?
So one was made by the Elvis estate, the other one was made by the wife. So one is in the wife's POV, the other one is like, hyping up Elvis.
did you watch him?
I did not buy the reviews because I'm lazy, so I just Wikipedia it. And yeah, it depends on the face lah. One is in the POV of the wife Priscilla, the other one is glorifying Elvis.
I haven't watched
I would love
POV
to
one.
see the POV of Priscilla. That didn't seem like a fun life for her. I will not lie. But she seems to back up everything that people say about him. So like, hey,
I mean, I don't think it was all bad there.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, only they will know.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's hard for Anyways,
No.
back to what you.
No, I just don't think back to the fan base thing. I don't know if being cringy can get you a loyal.
I don't know if it gets you loyal viewers. I think that there's also a lot of children on tablets currently, and
Yeah.
that's something I do not condone. When I see like a 2-year-old at a restaurant and the mom's
the
like,
tablet.
"Here, have the iPad." Like,
Yeah.
bro, just tell me you're a lazy parent. Like, sorry, just saying that's. But you see, I'm aware. I don't have children. Why? Because I'm not gonna put a tablet in front of its face, and I don't want children currently. I'm just saying, when you have a child on a leash, when you have a tablet just to shut it up. I'm not saying shut it up for 10 minutes. There's a difference.
Yeah.
There's a difference between I'm a mom and I need to get stuff done.
Yeah.
And there's
yeah.
a difference between I'm gonna let my child scream and cry, then give it the tablet.
Also, there's
do not take that.
between giving a child a tablet and it's Coco Melon versus something like Sesame Street. Because at least we know Sesame Street is actually educational. Coco Melon.
Coco Melon on it.
Isn't a baby shark thing?
Are they educational at all? I
I
don't know.
gets me raged. I just
So it's just dumb.
I can't stand it. Yeah.
It's just, this is the thing that's messing up the kids' attention span though, because it's so bright and colorful, it
Yeah.
grabs their attention, and that's the problem.
See, I don't know. I'm not this far in. I'm just saying from my non-child existing experience, which I know I will get a lot of hate, but you know what? At least I'm self-aware and didn't have a child when I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Okay? I have my 4 dogs, and those are my babies, and those are my children. And guess what? We're all happy out here.
Hey.
But so is my bank account and my wallet.
Hey, so let's touch on that bank account of yours, right? So,
It's empty now. No,
especially all the dogs are.
it's all gone to the dog.
The dogs.
My babies.
So, like, when you get brand deals and stuff like that, what are some common misconceptions about getting a brand deal?
I think that the common misconception is that it's easy. I think that people think that it's just like
They offer you and
they
boom.
offer you and boom, it's like there's a lot of stuff that goes into it that you have to terms and conditions. What do you want versus what I'm willing to be paid? Like when I first started this out, like I think it's easy for people, maybe even like my siblings or my family or people that aren't they are very close to me, but like in maybe other people who aren't close to me that think like, oh, must be such an easy life or this or that. But the thing is, like, I started out doing brand deals when I was like, I think I was 16 when I started.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was, fuck, I'm all down. It's like 16, but like I was doing them for free. I was doing photo shoots and sponsorships, like what you would consider paid ads or whatever, for free, for 200 ringgit, for this and that. And it came to a point where even if I was going to lose the job, I had to then say no and understand that I cannot just keep taking jobs that are paying me 200 bucks if I'm growing in followers. I've done that recently. But like in terms of like, you know, like I had to tell myself like you have to now just say no. You're not going to get the money now. Yeah, but you have to, if I don't do that for myself, I'm going to constantly be stuck in this, well, I paid her 200 bucks so you can get away with paying her 200 bucks, and then that market, like, you know, you have to kind of set your own value, which is also hard because you're setting a value on yourself. What am I worth being paid for? It's like you saying like, I think I'm worth being paid 3K for this post or 1K for this post. Like, how it feels so like narcissistic to be like, nope, I'm worth 10 grand. You know what I
It also
mean?
feels like competition because you don't want to be too low that you don't earn a living wage, but you don't want it to be too high that no one wants to hire.
And that's the risk that you have to take, is like, that's why like another thing is negotiations. If you don't have an agent there doing it for you, you're negotiating for yourself. So you not only have to be a content creator now, an influencer, someone who can either hire a videographer or do it yourself, blah blah blah, but you're also your own agent or negotiator if you don't have a management team.
So would you advise people in your field to have an agent, or can you do it independent?
I've done it independently my whole life. I don't advise against it. I don't advise for it. I think it's just whatever suits you. I don't like that. Obviously, this is how it works, right? That when I feel like I've gotten something on my own accord, someone else is taking a percentage of that. But then you also, on the flip side, maybe they will be getting you more jobs, and then you have more money, even with giving a percentage to them. But the problem is that from experience of friends around me, there's very, very few managements or teams that have been good. I think someone that's had a good one was Amelia Henderson. And I was in talks with her manager before COVID, and I was like, could you take me on? Because I thought she was doing a fantastic job. And then COVID hit, nothing ever happened, and now she's not even managing her. Like, I think she's like gone on a hiatus to live her life, which good for her. But like, you know, like we did have a brief conversation, and I do wish something had come from that. I feel like my life might be different now.
It wasn't meant to
But maybe it's not meant to be. You
Do
know,
you feel like
it's
there'll
not
be
my own
more
journey.
strings attached though if you were like with the management or an agency?
Of course. I think there's a lot more commitment and a lot more things like maybe there are jobs that you don't want to do, but they say this is good for you. You need to do it. But that's, I guess, another reason why I've continued to stay my own boss. It's not because it's greener on this side. I tell you what, there are months where you're just like, well, I guess I'm eating rice. You know, like nasi bujang all the way. But you know, like. But at the same time, like, I get to be my own boss. I'm not a slave to waking up this time and that time and have to like my house is literally called the crack house with a K because all of our names are K. So it's the crack house.
That is so cute.
Yeah. Like it's Casa Gianelli is the like name, and then at night it turns into the crack house. And basically it's not a hype house, it's just anything and everything possible can happen in this house. There could be a night at 3 a.m, someone's jumping in the pool. There could be a night where all of a sudden someone's brought home a dog. Someone's doing this, someone's face painting, someone's doing like anything in your wildest dreams can happen.
At the crack house.
But no drugs, funny enough. At the crack house.
irony.
Good thing. I'm happy. We're not druggies, but like you would think with the word like crack.
Yes.
You were like, they're probably sniffing cocaine or something. No, I'm letting you know.
Cocaine with a K.
We're with a K. There's another drug that starts with a K, but let's go right to cocaine. But no, like it's just very random like that, and I enjoy having that freedom. So like I think that it's what's good for you. I think there will be a time where I possibly will be under a management team, and that will be good for that specific time in my life. But like I think you just really have to suss it out and feel it out for yourself, because I've had friends who were under managements, and not only did they not help them, any money that they made, they had to give them the percentage, and they were not pushing for them. They didn't, if anything, they hindered them. And these were contracts that I was also offered, and I had a lawyer. I forgot about this. My mom had a friend who was a lawyer, and she read through that, and this was because it's a management contract. It's different to a product.
Okay.
Yeah. This was like for 5 years, three or 5 years.
Long time.
Long time. And so that's why the contract must have been like that thick. And I was young at the time. I was probably like 18, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah. So my mom said, I've got my friend's a lawyer. Let's have her look at it, and we'll see what she says. And she came back. And she said, I'm letting you know now, nothing is in your favor. Like, just to let you know, nothing is in your favor. And of course, they're selling you a dream. They're like, we can do this, we can do that. We're going to help you be a superstar. And based on what I was seeing, I did not expect that. But at the same time, I was thinking maybe this will open doors. I did not take it, and another girl did. And I remember her contacting me like 2 years down the line saying it was the worst thing she ever did.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You brought like a bazooka.
Yes. You were saved.
And the thing is, and you know what's crazy is I'm pretty sure because we would have meetings, and the three, like it was me, this other girl, and I want to say it was like a group, but I can't remember, like a boy band or something. I can't remember. And me and her were under singing or acting or whatever, and then they were under like a boy band, from my memory. And we would have these team meetings where all of us would be there, and she was young as well, so her parents would be there as well. So my parents and her parents were in communication, and so I remembered when we saw them, we were like, just to let you know, this doesn't look good. But she did it anyways. And sometimes the promise of something good is so good that you're just like,
Yeah.
it is too good to be true. But sometimes there's that's where they prey on you, because like you are hoping, everyone wants to be able, if you're in this line of work, your goal is to be either rich, famous, or both. You're not doing this there are people who are doing it for fun, but isn't like, no one does it to get 5 views. You're doing it for a reason, right?
Yeah.
And so when you're feeding into someone's reasoning and saying, I can make you a star, I can make you this much money, your brain almost does like everything that's common sense goes whoop, out the window, and you're just like, but it sounds great, but it's everything I've ever wanted. And I was just lucky that I had a support system around me that because I fought, and I was like, but what if this is the best thing I've ever done, or like looking back, and my parents and the people around me were just like, I understand, but I truly believe, and if it wasn't for that support system, I'd probably have been in the same situation as her, where they just kind of fucked her over.
Dang.
Yeah.
Do you think that was the mentality though? Like, shit, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get another opportunity like this. I don't know if this could be it.
I think I do that all the time.
That kind of pushed.
Yeah. It could be even today on this podcast. I'm like you guys messaged me, and I'm on this new bender of like trying to say yes to things, but like there are a lot of things I've said no to, and I'm like, should I have just done it? So many
what ifs in your head.
so many events, and I'm like, was I just lazy, or was I just too, like, who the fuck did you think you were to just keep saying no? Like, why did you say no? You should have just said yes.
That's so real though. Like, your biggest off is yourself sometimes.
For
And
real.
you get very comfortable sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when you are making, it could be like something that's not even gonna last a long time, like doing TikTok live or something. Like these are things that have an expiration date, but sometimes you get so caught up with like, well, I'm happy here, I'm making decent money, I'm fine,
I'll just continue the cycle.
And so you're just like, I'll wring it out like a towel until it's done, but then you ignore everything around it. And I've done that so much before, and I do have regrets on that, but like,
What's that?
It is life. I've lived it, and I'll let you know that I'm decently happy so far. I guess got some regrets, but like I'm still here. Yeah,
But I think being independent, like you said, helps you pick and choose
Yeah.
what you feel is best for you.
it does.
Because I think sometimes maybe I can't picture it now, but I've probably seen like celebs, whether they're content creators or just in other fields of work, because of their team, they
Yeah.
choose to do things which really don't
Yeah.
align with who
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
or what they endorse, and you're like, this seems a bit of a mismatch. It seems to
That's I think another reason is that I'm such a strong character. Like I have my own morals and my own ideologies that don't necessarily align with society. Even it just period maybe society or even Malaysia's mass audience.
yeah.
So for me it's like I had to go out on a limb and say this is me, you accept me for who I am or don't take me at all. Like as long as my main thing is as long as you're not harming yourself and you're not harming people around you, just let someone live. You know?
Yeah.
As long as nobody's getting hurt in the situations, who cares if this guy wants to get 5,000 piercings or 10,000 tattoos or if they want to like okay, that's where like obviously if you're a druggie or an alcoholic then you're harming yourself. So
Yeah.
but like you know like things like that where it's like they want to do it, they are happy doing it.
Correct.
Let them be. If you don't like it, you don't have to, but you're not being affected from what they're doing.
Correct.
You know, but that's where the line draws line. If someone's going out and killing someone, then yes, it's
Yeah,
bad for you.
yeah.
It's bad for the other person. I do not condone, you know, but like if someone's in an open relationship, but they're happy about it, am I going to sit here and be like, interesting? You know, yes.
Yeah.
But if you're happy, have
Just
fun.
do
It's
it.
It's like
Yeah.
a relationship, brother.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
and do what you want to do.
We
Be safe out there. Have fun.
And we don't judge.
We listen and we judge a little bit,
Yeah.
but
Internally.
but internally,
Yeah.
we judge and we say, "Be happy, my
Yeah.
friend."
You do you.
Oh yeah. So like I think that that's why I also had to go out on my own was because I felt like so many people were gonna shut my personality down, and at that developing age of being so young, it's so easy to be influenced, and I was at one point because like
Because you're so moldable.
yeah, when
Yeah.
I did like I started off with Malay drama TV series. I know. You would never imagine it. It was terrible, but yeah, you would never
You
believe
too.
it. Yeah. Chun guys, chun. But you would never actually believe it because and please don't go looking for them. I beg. But there's not many. I was very, very young and I very fast like I knew it wasn't gonna be for me. But like basically I lost my entire train of thought, so it's fine. I genuinely had no idea what I had no idea what I was trying to tell you.
Derailed
I
completely.
know. I remember.
She got it back. She got it back.
I got it back. I got it back. I was gonna say I was influenced by them in terms of if I was on social media, a lot of these famous celebrities they all have secondary accounts. T for you guys. You won't know that it's them because I have some of them, and you won't even find it on mine because you wouldn't know who it is
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like I then started thinking, should I, if I'm posting with my dog, if I'm doing this, if I'm in a bikini, if I'm that, and I started creating second accounts for myself and kind of molding to society to what I thought I needed to be. And then there was a point where I was like, why am I doing this? It's not who I am.
Tiring. Yeah.
I'm not this person. And if you don't like me for me, then why do I care? And so I had to get rid of that whole thing. But when you're surrounded in that bubble, you feel like that is the right move. That's
Yeah.
what, and it's so dangerous because at that age, you're so moldable. You know, so I almost fell into this thing of like, oh my God, I'm going to get so judged. I have people telling me I'm going to hell. I have people telling me that I'm a terrible girlfriend or a terrible person. And I'm just like, all right, buddy, I'll see you there.
Oh,
You know,
Lord.
like what am I supposed to say? So I think that social media can be very, or influencing or anything in general can be very dangerous
Yeah.
if you don't have thick skin. Because I have very thick skin, but even there are days for me where I'm like, what?
Yeah, of course. No, because it's also like
Yeah.
kind of following a formula like, oh, okay, if it works for them, then it probably is going to work for me.
Yeah.
So I'll just go ahead and do it, you know?
And it's really when you're putting yourself out there and people are like, you're fat, you're ugly, you're this. How many people in the last like 6 months have commented under my pictures like, wow, that tumba man? macam
Look at the bitter lah, Chibai.
berisi. Yo, berisi.
Babi.
Bro, I'm like, should I like censor those words on Instagram so I just can't even let the person like berisi and thumbam, those two get under my skin. Like just call me fat. Like don't say thumbam, don't say berisi, like just say you put on weight.
Okay, but you're literally not. Like, I'm sorry, but these people need like eye surgery or something. Like,
But
what?
the thing is, like, if I look back, they're not wrong. But at the same time, I know I'm not obese. I just know that, like, for my body standard, I have put on weight, so I can't even lie about it. But, like, bro, why you gotta go and say it on my gram?
Yeah.
Like, I already know that, like, you think I haven't looked in a mirror? You know what I mean?
Like,
I
yeah
see myself
lah.
every day.
No lah, like these
Yeah.
are the same people who don't like it when people comment on their appearance, but they go and do it to other
They're
people, and I'm
more
like,
sensitive
oh,
anyway.
just because you think she has a large following, or you think because
Yeah.
oh, I'm never gonna meet her again, I can
That's
say
the word.
Worse
That's the
when they're
one.
like, oh, it's part of the job. You should just take it. Like, yeah.
no. Since when?
Yeah.
I've said that, especially like not just influencers, celebrities too. Like, oh, it comes with the fame.
Okay, I do agree with that. You're never going to please everyone, and I understand it. But there's a difference between being like, actually, to be fair, being called fat is not actually the worst. There, like on a scale, people go so far as to like send you death threats and threaten your family or do these things or like oh, you're going to hell. There's a place in hell for you because you are this and
That's
stuff like.
so
They go
dumb.
on rants. That's when I find like, bro, come on, like, you know, this is just someoone's job out there. Like, why are
Yeah.
you acting like this?
That
Like,
doesn't come with the job.
yeah, that doesn't come
That
with the
doesn't
job.
come with the
Being
job.
judged, sure. I guess you could say you put yourself in the public eye. Being judged comes with it to a degree, but nobody is trying to purposely subject themselves to be mentally, you know, distraught and teased and taunted. So, I don't know. Anyways,
That's
I'll let you
so
continue
screwed
'cause
up.
I have strayed so far.
No,
from the
we've
topic.
strayed, but we're in the topic,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fine. You're good.
I talk a lot, guys. If you want me on your podcast, just know I won't shut up.
What do we feel like, since we all have experience working with brands, doing content and stuff? What do we feel are like some of the do's and don'ts? What
Sorry.
is that construction?
Oh.
Something's going on outside. I don't know. What do you feel like are the do's and don'ts? Like one do and one don't of when it comes to doing a collab or
I'll let you go first. I don't know.
think I would say a good don't is don't say yes to everything without reading everything first. Because like I often fall trapped because like you, I have this mindset I should just try everything. So I will
Correct.
blindly say yes to anything. It's even worse when like it's from a friend and I'll just blindly trust them and be like yes, and I arrive and turns out they just dumped the whole workload on me. I'm like, this is not what I signed up for, but I already agreed to it, so I can't exactly backtrack now. So don't, before you say yes, say let me look at it first. You know, if you don't want to, if you're a people pleaser and you don't want to straight out say no, say like, let me look at it first. You know, give yourself
Yeah.
some time.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the do. That was the. Oh
You
wait,
said that was a don't.
that was
That was
a
a
don't.
don't.
Yeah, that was a don't.
I thought
Yeah.
I zoned out. I was like, was I not listening?
Okay, don't say yes blindly. Yeah, that was my don't.
Okay, so what you do?
What's your do?
I do oh, we're taking turns or do
Do.
Follow your heart.
Wow.
Wow.
My heart is saying ba-dump.
No regrets.
No regrets. I swear one day I'm gonna get a fake tattoo of that and show up to my dad or something. Be like, Dad, look what I did.
Get that boy had a heart of that.
He will. And the fact that I'll spell regrets like the movie
Yeah.
as well with the wrong misspelling.
Oh yeah.
My sister wanted, I don't know if I can say this, you know what, if I can't just cut it out, but you know from that movie, my sister always wanted to put the photo garage.
Oh my
the
gosh.
movie.
Yeah.
She just wanted to do it for fun. And I was like, I think, see, that's a step too far. But I love the idea of like making my dad have a heart attack and die though, that I won't lie. But like, maybe not the actual dying part, but like,
Yeah.
but like, you know, just having him go, what the hell are you doing? But yeah, my sister always swore she was gonna do that, and I was like, please.
That's hilarious though, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Careful when it happens though. Like you need to.
I won't lie, my family is really, we need a TV show. Anyone out there willing to sponsor? I promise you, we will make you millions.
Keeping up with the crack house.
Yeah, it's keeping, our last name is like the K's as well, so it's keeping up with the Carradines. We have it in our minds already. Just someone please make it happen.
Make it happen.
Like I'm telling you, it's not even made up drama. Like I'm not even joking. Like it's
That's when it's good
too much
to watch.
So cancelable.
not
We'd be canceled after episode 1.
But it's cancelled with a K.
Hey.
And that's all that matters.
That should be the show name. Cancelled with
Can't
the
take
K.
with a K. Actually, that's great. Guys, should we
Feel free
produce?
to use that.
Yeah, well, do you want rights or am I supposed to pay?
You can give her like a cameo sipping tea in the back, like.
And I'll just be like, okay, and then you get paid for that now. Oh, sorry. What was your due? What was your due?
You, I guess, is like I think it's more beginner friendly.
Yeah.
But if you are serious about getting into like influencering, I guess, get the right equipment.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
mics and phones?
Well, because people, okay, there's two sides to this. Don't overwhelm yourself by getting like 10 mics and like 3 cameras. Like, no one can afford that.
Yeah.
But if you have a good, decent phone, I think you're set.
Why you look at me when you said that?
No, I didn't mean no.
Why is there something going on?
Because I didn't upgrade for like the longest time, so I would use everybody else's phone to shoot me.
You are the annoying person that no one.
But then I upgraded. Okay.
Wow.
That's not the point. The point is I upgraded.
At
Okay.
least for her, the era of blurry ass videos are gone.
What phone did you have?
7 plus. iPhone
Until
7.
when?
She was filming.
Until-
she was filming on an artifact on historical.
Until 26th December 2024. I got the iPhone 16
God bless
Pro
you.
Max.
God bless.
Thank you.
But that was not a
Staring at me the whole time like
But is it okay?
personal.
Okay, but was it a money thing or was it just laziness?
Both.
Ah.
So even after I got the money, I was like, but I like it. I like the button and
Oh.
yeah. Yes, it does.
Once upon a time.
Oh
Yeah.
no, that's outrageous.
And then I think it was
Okay.
just a timing thing because
Yeah.
once I kind of got the money, I was like, oh, 16 is going to come out. I'll just wait.
No,
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
I won't lie. Apple is daylight robbing everybody. I'm
yeah.
just putting that out there. I truly, there isn't one. I cannot go to Android. I cannot. But at the same time, like Apple is just robbing
Yeah.
you in broad daylight.
Yeah.
I feel like the only
It's not
reason-
affordable.
It's not number one. Surprisingly enough, today is the day they released the 16E, which is like
SE or something.
What?
Yeah.
yeah, it's not. It's apparently like an affordable iPhone.
Yes. So it's like they had the iPhone SE. Now it's the 16 SE. It doesn't have a bunch of things. It has a bunch of things.
So basically,
How about you just like make the normal prices lower?
I know.
The thing is, here's the dumb part, right? We were like, it's so unaffordable, it's so this, and then what do we have?
okay, the only reason why I have this piece
For
of
work,
cake-
say,
for
say,
work,
say,
because
say.
okay, yeah, people might say, oh, but the Android cameras are so much better. Yeah, sure, they are in theory, but if I want to film on the TikTok app or on Instagram,
Yeah.
it looks
Yeah.
shit.
I know you're
Yes.
using an Android when that stupid yellow emoticon comes up, okay? I'm letting you know. We all know. It's
When
not
your
a secret.
subtitles are different.
It's not
we
a
know.
secret, honey. We know. Okay, so don't tell me there's no difference. I still stand by. Like I know that there are, like Androids that the cameras are better. But I don't know if you also heard this. You know, like Samsung was like, oh, you can shoot the moon, and it's like amazing.
Okay, that was.
Do you know about that?
Yes, that was.
And they said it was a scam. They said it was fake. So basically, anything that was a white ball, you could put it there, and it automatically poof made it look like a moon because like it was like a filter.
Oh my
So it wasn't actually the moon that you were zooming into. It was just any round white light. And that I saw this debunked on TikTok, unless that was AI as well. But like
knows?
another thing that's very annoying is you never can trust anything because half of it's AI.
I know.
a lot of billboards in Malaysia already.
Yeah.
Like they look
Yeah.
AI-ish, and like
Yeah.
you gotta tell when
Yeah.
like. Yeah, have you seen those annoying baby ads?
Ooh.
Like, for example,
That's a good one to
one telco, and it's like a baby with like an explosion in the background, and she's holding a gun or some shit.
I think so. I think
Seen
so.
it, right?
Driving, yeah, when I'm driving, yeah.
So like, when the skin looks too smooth,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I won't lie, I truly believe that.
that cheap, you can't afford to like hire baby actors.
But the thing is, right, like everyone in this industry is gonna be out of job because you can AI everything. Why would I pay actors and pay sets to be made and this and that when
Correct.
later on I can just CGI a whole entire movie with people?
Well-
Maybe I pay you for the face, right? Maybe you're Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I use your face in CGI? I'll pay you.
Yeah.
You do zero work. Like, you know, like I feel like,
They just pay you for the rights to
yeah,
use
to your face. Like it's kind of scary.
Will that lead into influencing, you think, and content creation?
Probably. You know that there's AI influencers already, right? Like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so dumb. Fashion AI influencers take the piece lah. Like what the? It's just
So-
some random
hot
like
girl.
character they made
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and they have her try on the clothes. They're like, I love it. I'm like, the fuck you don't. You don't even see the real thing. I don't know. Like, it's
So those
I
influencers-
also would like to say though, it's also very nice to love things when you look like a Victoria's Secret model that's been generated
And
from
they
the
can-
computer.
he can tweak her anytime.
correct.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Correct. So what about those influencers who naturally act like AI even though they don't? They're gonna be out of a job as well.
That naturally act. Oh, you mean
It's
the
the cringy
ones?
ones.
I know which ones. I've done that for fun, not on live,
Um.
behind the scenes, for a good laugh.
Anyway.
I don't know. I think there's a market out there
Yeah.
for men who like that thing.
Point.
I'm telling you, there's a fetish out there for everyone, my friend. If you're into it, you have fun. Again, we don't judge.
You're the one willing to pay for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a lot. Like this. Ooh. Oh wow, bro! I'm letting you know that shit. So many people I know love that. Like the girls that sit behind with the earphones and the cat ears. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's for
And
fun.
they're all
And I'm like, oh, I'm like, can I make that my job? Is that a thing?
Oh my god.
You know?
but at the cost of your dignity, I don't know. For me,
I don't know, bro. If someone's willing to pay for my feet on Foot Finder, have at it, my friend. Bro, my feet are attached to me 24/7 anyways. If you're willing to pay for it,
You have nice feet.
sure. I actually really don't, but thank you so much. I actually put that back real fast because I said actually that was a mistake. But I
I was just gonna take a screenshot and be like,
Do you know that my sister does that? She literally will put the wording or something over her foot, like on Instagram pictures, and I'll ask her, I'll be like, why? And she's like, no free feet pictures
oh
here.
yeah, some people, I've seen some content
So many
creators,
people I know.
they blur their feet.
yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm not putting out the grippers for free. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't want to be paying to see it anyway.
Yeah.
Because I just want to know where those people are. Come to me, I'll give you my feet for money. The fuck? Like, bro, what an easy life.
There needs to be another episode. Fetishes I don't understand.
Same. I'm not in this. I'm not in
Fetishes
this.
that do really well, but I don't
The
understand.
girl that sold like farts in a jar and
Oh my god.
And then in the hospital, whatever.
what? They sold her bath water. Bro, I'll take a bath. You can fund my holiday. I'll take a bath for you. The hell? Like, bro, nothing sexual has to be done, and you pay me. It's fantastic.
It's somehow more disgusting though. Than
Like, how do you make water, bro?
They just smell
I
it.
got all this stem from Arca saying get the right equipment.
That is true. I told you guys. I'm so sorry.
No
Like,
apologies needed.
I'm never being invited back. All the rest of the episodes will be normal, and they'll be like, God damn, we should not have released
this
the
the
one.
crackhead episode.
Yeah,
you know?
should. You really should.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry in advance.
No apologies. No apologies necessary to us. I don't know about that.
Maybe to you guys. I love you. I try to be a kind human being. Just know what everything I'm saying is just 90% bullshit, okay? That's all I have to say.
Okay, what's your do and don't when it comes to collabs?
Don't just take every job that comes your way. I agree with that one. Don't jump the gun because you think you're not gonna get something. There's a hair in my mouth and it's annoying. Do you see it? Stuck in my
Yes.
lip gloss. Oh,
Okay,
I got
got
it.
it, yeah.
I'm gonna repeat that for you guys. Yeah, please don't just take anything. Just follow your heart. If your support system says you shouldn't or this or that, if you have people around you who can advise you, if it feels too good to be true, I'm telling you, 9 out of 10 times it is too good to be true. I've been in those situations. Don't fuck it up. Like, it's really not worth the stress, and then you've done the work and then no payments come or this or that, or like, just do what morally feels right for you.
Yeah.
That's it. Yours?
I think don't treat every opportunity. How do I say this? Like I want to say treat it seriously. Maybe that's my do. It's to consider it as a job.
As an
Yeah,
opportunity.
as an opportunity, as a professional. Because I've seen too many times where they're like, oh, I got this brand deal and then this company wants to work with me and I'm just going to faff around and do it for fun. And then like you never get called back because, they don't see a level of professionalism.
How many times I've heard of like influencers showing up 2 hours late to the event because they're like, oh yeah, but I'm the influencer. They'll have to wait for me to start. Bro.
No, like I think I'm someone who really wants to make everybody's job easier because
Yeah.
you're coming, especially if you're coming to me, I appreciate the
Yeah.
offer as someone who maybe doesn't have a very strong fan base right now. And I'm going to appreciate that. I'm going to try my best to do my job so that your job is easier.
Yeah.
So I think at the end of the day, even if it's something super small, like just sending a 10-second TikTok
Yeah.
or whatever, always do your best to try and make it as professional as possible.
Yeah.
But don't let it suck the life out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I agree with that. I think like I always tell people I'm a bitch to deal with until we've agreed on money and terms.
Yeah.
But then after that, a lot of people then like are like, oh, you're actually cool. Like for me, especially like shooting commercials or stuff like that, to get me there is hard because I'm like, what do I have to do? And I won't lie, sometimes it's a me problem where I'm a bit pampered and used to certain things. So, but not like in a diva way. Just like I said, I'm a dick up until the negotiations. But when I show up on set, they're like, oh, today has been fine. Like, you okay? You good? And I'm like, yeah, fine. You know what I
They
mean?
prepared what you need for you.
Yeah,
then
yeah.
you're good. Yeah.
So it's like I think that I'm an asshole to deal with up until we can agree. Just because I have to be strict for myself, because also like there have been times where you get like screwed over or whatever.
So you're
But-
looking out for yourself.
Yeah, but so you're looking out for yourself. But then once, like you said, you try to make everyone's life easier because there's why is everyone just trying to make everyone's life hard? But then I don't like
Honestly.
brands who do that too. There are some brands where I'm like, you realize you gave me this as a product, and from this you're expecting this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Like
No.
they'll only pay you, I don't know, maybe 1K and they expect
Yeah.
3 videos out of it.
Oh, I'm not even
Correct.
talking about the money. I'm just talking about the product itself. Like let's say I have the iPhone and the sunglasses. How many things can I do with both of these phones? This one has a camera, has this, has that. This one I can wear on my head and look cute. You know, but they'll give me this and expect me to do the same with this that I can do with this.
Yeah.
That product, like that,
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I don't know if this was a good comparison, but like
No. I get you.
yeah, and I'm just like, you gave me like I don't know what I can think off the top of my head, like even if it's a vape or something.
Yeah.
Like what did you want me to do?
Correct.
Do acrobatics with it? You know, like what can I
Look
do?
at this. Psh, and then it breaks and you're like, oh shit.
Like Elon Musk with the Tesla. He's like unbreakable.
Yeah.
Bulletproof. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think my don't would be to not limit yourself. Like, yes, don't take every job that comes, but maybe seeing people or people have come up to be like, oh, Q, I only have, this amount of followers, or maybe this is not my niche.
That should not hold you back.
Don't limit yourself because even if you're putting yourself out there, yes, you're open to rejection.
Yeah.
But you won't know if it's going to work for you or not if you get accepted everywhere else. You're going to have to face some rejection.
And
so,
to be fair, I always look at it like this. The worst that they can do is say no.
yeah.
What are they going to do to you? You didn't know them. But I use this in every method of life. It could be influencing. It could be this. I do it even... Bro, I have no shame. I'll walk into a Gucci store, go to like the outlets, and I'll be like, what's the cheapest thing you have or the highest discount item?
People are scared
The
to do
worst
that.
the worst thing they can say is no. And first of all, why are you judging me? You also are working in Gucci.
Correct.
You're not the Queen of England. So it's
Correct.
like, bro, we're probably almost on, you get discounts from Gucci, like, so
Correct.
the worst they can say is either judge me.
I'm trying to
And-
give you money,
yeah,
or why are
yeah.
you saying no?
Yeah, you either judge me and I never have to see your face again unless I go back to the same store, or I get a brilliant deal. And let me tell you, this Gucci ring cost me 150 ringgit. Gucci, my friends, 150 ringgit
Learn
from Johor
from
Premium Outlet.
example. I like the finger you put it on.
Thank you. Good. But like certain things like that, like there's nothing bad can happen except for just saying no. Is it embarrassing? Does it suck? Yes, but once you do it so
You
many
learn from
times,
it, yeah.
you either learn, or you can say, okay, is there a reason why? And then you learn from that reason, or you move on and you're like, okay, well, I didn't get this one, but I'll get the next. And when you do get the few yeses, it makes the no's so much easier to take.
Yeah.
I think it's the first 10 no's that you
Yeah.
get, and especially if you're new in influencing, you're like, but they said no to me, nobody likes me. Bro, I've been said no to about 99 times and maybe yes one.
Makes
but
you value the yes more.
but
as
it
well.
makes you value the ones, and it makes you then learn from, okay, what can I do? And then maybe you'll get 98 no's and 2 yeses.
Still a win.
Still win.
Still a
Still win. Yeah.
So we're gonna end the episode on a pretty high note, I think. Like, yes, this job is kind of easy to do, but people have no idea. To film like what? A 1-minute video takes me 30 minutes.
Girl,
That's a good day.
girl,
On a
you
good
teach
day.
me.
On a good day.
That minute's taken me 4 hours before.
Indoors. If I'm outdoors, I would rather kill myself. I'm sorry, guys, but like,
Yeah.
Filming is one thing, yeah. Then you got editing.
oh my god. Yeah.
The finding the audio is what gets to me.
additional 2 hours.
But see, that's why I like to. This is where I'm a bit spoiled, because I love doing it. I love filming. I have no problem with doing it.
You also
I want someone. I want the budget to be able to pay for someone to edit and to do it. I have to sometimes. Sometimes when they're like, "That's the budget," I'm like, "Shit, I'm gonna have to do it myself." But when you can outsource, then yes, influencing can be easy. Someone's done, cut, edited, filmed. You just had to show up,
Yeah.
look cute, and post it. But when you have to do it all by yourself, which is at least for the majority 9 out of 10 times, even for me 9 out of 10 times, well, then it's annoying. But then I give the other people rates. I'll tell them, I'll be like, but if you edit it, I'll only charge you that much.
Smart.
Like, heck,
Life hacks.
doesn't mean they have a team. So sometimes they say no. Most of the time they do. But just putting it out there. But
No
yeah.
harm asking, like you said.
Again, the worst they can do, say no and you say, okay, I'll edit it myself, thank you.
I guess that's gonna be the quote to summarize
Yeah.
this episode. The worst they can do is say no.
Yeah. But thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for
today.
being our first guest.
Oh my god. Yeah. Please invite me back. Please don't hate me.
Crack with Kharina.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it.
Oh.
I like it. But thank you guys for having me. I appreciate
Thanks
it.
for agreeing to do this, honestly.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me be myself and not censoring. And the watch them censor the whole time. It's like beep, 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 beep. Everyone's like, we have no idea what she said.
It's like that Doshi song on air, you know?
Oh my god.
I like.
It's even the one about like, what is it? Someone throw me up another bottle of whiskey, bar, this, that.
Yes,
Censored. I was
yeah.
like, what is the song?
The tipsy song.
Tipsy,
yes,
that's
yes,
it.
yes.
What is the song actually though? We need to talk about it in another episode because that one. Yes. Guys, I think it's fine. I'm gonna make my own podcast. It's fine. I'll talk nonsense for
4 hours.
No, the thing is, I'm actually going to make my own podcast, like for real. Like it's been in the talks for so long, but I think I'm gonna finally do it. I even have a name and everything, so I'm trademarking it. It's called Baddies in Bed.
Ooh.
It sounds saucy. It's actually just gonna be guests in my bed.
I love that.
I'm gonna tell them to show up in pajamas or anything that they decide to do.
Party.
Yeah. So it's gonna just be chill, but like. I don't know, it makes it saucy, right? Like, and I
Yeah.
want it to be like, I don't want them to feel like they need to dress a certain way. Like today, you just said, like, come chill. Like, so yeah, it's gonna be Baddies in Bed.
I love that.
Maybe my boyfriend will be the first guest. No one wants to come on my show. I'm like, babe, please help me. But yeah,
We love it.
yeah, that's
So see, maybe one day there'll be the Green Mom and Baddies in Bed collab.
Oh.
Now I feel like I have to do it soon because now I've said it. I've gone out and put it out there into the world now. Okay. Well, guys, coming soon. The quality, don't expect it. It's gonna be
It'll be
beat
Kharina edits herself, you know?
with my iPhone, and I'm like, can you hear me? Is the
I
audio
have
alright?
these karaoke mics. The Bluetooth device.
It's connected successfully. Yeah, that'll be me. But yeah.
That was Kharina on the Green Mom podcast.
Episode 1.
Episode 1. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.